Hi everyone. I am doing an impromptu Facebook Live. I've never done one before, I have done one in Creativation, but not really like one where I created something. And I have a really fun thing today where I'm going to alter things using the rust and patina paste. I'm not sure if anybody is going to log in, but I hope they do. And I'm just going to start altering it. This is a Prima Finnabair patina paste, and this is the rust paste. And I want to, hi Cindy, hi Fabiola, Misty, hi, hola. So I just want to go back. It's just like I didn't plan this. This is just for fun. I have a really bad cold, so I sound like I'm stuffed up. That's why you don't see my face. But I just thought, you know what, let's go for it. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while, and I just realized that I could do this through my, hi Misty, I could do this through my computer, which I didn't know I could. So I was really excited about that because through my phone I can't film. I'm using my webcam for this. So I'm going to talk very basic about the rust paste and the patina paste. From Prima Finnabair. This is just these are like one of my favorite like pastes, and I just really want to show you how you can alter things, and I will upload this after to YouTube as well. But in the meantime, I just want to show just like small, like just a little bit of how I'm doing this, and just to show that it's possible to just alter something that looks like this, that is just basically like plain, or like this is a mold that I created with the Prima molds, I think. And these are just like wooden pieces, but you can also use chipboard, so either one would work. And I just want to show you how you can alter this. So I'm going to get started. This is going to be like more like geared towards beginners, but anybody can learn from this because I really wanted to do something that is like this. And I started I was feeling really bad. I couldn't fall asleep last night until like 3 o'clock in the morning because I was really like stuffed up. And this morning I wasn't going to do anything. And then I sat down at my desk and I started creating stuff that I had to do, some projects. And I was like creating. I guess I was starting to feel better, and I wasn't coughing. I wasn't sneezing. I wasn't running. I didn't have a runny nose. So it must be that the endorphins were kicking in, because when I create, I'm very relaxed. So I was really happy about that. So I said, you know what? Let me just do this and create something at the same time. I have some Finnabair brushes. I have a large one and a small one. And I'm going to do this without prepping my things. So I want to show you that you can add this paste directly onto my, that you can add this directly onto like the elements. You could put gesso underneath it, but you don't have to. So I'm going to start. So let me put some things aside because I'm going to do a couple different techniques and really, really easy ones, okay? So one of the techniques that you can do and to alter this regular key, okay? This key I think I got on Michael's. It's just, it's not really metal, but it's not really plastic. I'm not really sure what it's made out of. And you can make it look really rusty. So the rust paste comes in 3 colors. It comes in the rust effect, the brown. Then it comes in the red. And it comes in the yellow. And hold on, this is gold. Sorry, not yellow. I call it yellow, but it's gold. And look how beautiful it is. Now, these two are really textured. Well, this one is a bit smoother. I think it has a little bit more water in it. So the key to this is combining these. And you can combine these with the patina paste, but I want to show you how you can use only these 3 first. So it doesn't really matter which order you go in, but it's really best to start with the darkest. And the reason why is because otherwise the dark will just cover everything. So we're going to cover this key all the way around, and the good thing is that it has like kind of like raised areas, so I can really go around it. You don't have to. You could just do one side. I mean, when you're putting it on a collage, on a project, you're just putting it, directly on it, so you can just do the top. And you see how beautiful the coverage it gives? You don't even have to do anything. You could leave it like this. This looks like rust. It looks rusted to me. And I'm sorry, I am very busy like concentrating, so I really can't see what you guys, if you guys are writing anything, but I'm saying hi from everybody who joins in. I'm just saying hi to you. If you do have any questions, then I'll try to look for them. So far, I only see hi's, so hi back. But if you do have any question, please feel free to write them in the comments as I am working. I will try to look every once in a while. I get I get so close to looking that I forget what I'm doing. Okay, so you see how easy this is? Like this looked like it was wasn't even metal before. It doesn't even look like it was silver before this. So I'm going to wash my brush and clean my hands, and I'm going to quickly dry this. And I don't want it to be fully dry. And the reason why I don't want it to be fully dry is because I want it to kind of mix. I want the paste to mix with each other, but I don't want it to be too wet, because then the brown kind of takes over and overpowers everything. So, and you could use gloves for this. I don't like using gloves and my hands get very dirty. But hi. I'm saying hi again to those who joined. Okay, so very quick, and it's still a little bit tacky and wet. And then I'm going to go with a smaller brush, and I'm going to add the red. And you don't want to add red everywhere unless you really want it to be rusty red. You want to add it in certain areas. And I'm sorry about my voice. As you can see, I do have a cold. And I'm going to lightly touch it. And on those places that you lightly touch, it creates that really nice rusted look. And this is just such an easy thing to do, because you don't have to do any work. You basically, the paste does it all for you. And as you can see, look at that. It looks as if you just did some kind of spectacular paste, and it just looks really, really good. So here we go. So look, this is the one side. And again, I didn't add it everywhere, only in certain places. And I'm going to turn it around. And here you see some places actually I can cover with the red, because I must have touched them with my hands, or I missed something. So you can just do a little bit of light touches here. And you could also dry the two sides to make sure that that it's like you don't make the mistake of it rubbing off. So you could dry the front and do the back. Just because I'm doing this Facebook Live, I am trying to do this quickly. Okay, so there it is, really quick. Look how quick, and I almost should have timed myself to see how quick this takes. Then I'm going to wash this, and I'm going to add some of the gold. And to add the gold, just tiny little bit, okay? It's very liquidy, so keep even a wipe beside you so you can kind of remove some of it, because it's really, really, really powerful. You don't think it is, but it is. So the nice thing, I didn't dry between the red because I put very little bit of the red, but you could dry in between. The reason why I didn't is because I really want the gold to kind of mix with the red a little bit. So this is a really easy way. Like this looks almost like it was sitting in the ground for many, many, many years, and it rusted completely. And that's just a paste. I did not do anything. I literally just applied it. I just applied it a few times here. So there it is, okay? And I am just adding it, and I'm going to show you how it turned out. And this literally took, how long did this take? Okay, this took like 2 minutes. And I'm going to just mix it a little bit more. And you could just, like, you don't have to add the gold. The gold adds kind of like that patina kind of color, but we're going to add that as well. So look how cool. Within 2 seconds, it becomes like rusted. And this was silver, like this one. So this became this. And within, I don't know, how long have I been on? I don't know, a few minutes by the time I was talking. So probably 5 minutes, I was able to turn this into this, which is great. So I'm going to put this aside here so you can see it. And I am going to show you some other ways to do it. Okay, so let me clean this up. So So again, hi everyone. Sorry, I'm apologizing for my voice. I do have a little bit of a cold, but I think like creating has helped me today because I've been feeling kind of down with with a really bad cold, and I thought, you know what? I'll just sit down and create something. And I haven't, as I said, I haven't sneezed, I haven't done anything, so it was really good. So I was really happy about that. Now you could take something like this. This is like mold. I used resin. Amazing resin, casting resin to create this. It was a while ago, and you can create anything you want, but I really wanted to show you the intricate designs of this mold. And I also want to say later on I will post everything, all the products that I used today. I'm going to post them in the description of the video, but right now I can't post them because I'm actually working here. So I guess I could have had somebody, but it was so impromptu. I did this so impromptu that's why. Okay, so now I'm going to show you these three, and I love this. These three came out first, which are the rust paste, and then the next three came out, which is the patina paste. And I'm going to combine the two together, and you don't have to. So you know what? No, let me use these separately on their own, and then I'm going to combine the two. I think it's going to be a better solution. So I want to show you how to do this and to get that patina effect, and then I'm going to use this big one to do it combined. Okay, so again I'm going to go, and this time I'm going to use again my large brush. Hold on, I'm cleaning it up. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining. In the meantime, I'm so happy that you guys come. I was worried that nobody will be home at this time. Maybe some of you are watching from the office, so I'm not sure. Okay, so the three colors are brass, mint green, and blue, which is kind of like a turquoise. So I'm going to open this up, and look how beautiful this color is. It's just stunning, okay? And this gives you that metallic look that you can do. Now you could use this on its own just to cover it, and if you want to make something like this look. Deborah, yes. Deborah is asking if these work on any surface. Yes, they work on any surface. I just did it on this key over there, and this is just metal. This is resin. It works on chipboard. I've done it on, I have a class coming up, and I did it on a frame. It works on wood. It works on basically everything. I've done it on everything. I'll show you, for example, one of my projects. Hold on, I have one right here that I did a long time ago. You can go to my YouTube channel. This was done on a light bulb. Okay, so Deborah, yes, these work on everything. And I made this. It was a light bulb. It was glass, and I basically decorated. This was plastic. Okay, so just to really make you understand that this really works on everything. And I have the video on how I created this altered light bulb if you go to my YouTube channel. If somebody could put my YouTube channel, that would be great. Luciana, maybe she can put my YouTube channel. Somebody that, Jody, I don't know, somebody who knows me. Because if you can just put my YouTube channel up, so Deborah can see. Okay, so let me continue opening this. Hold on. So this is the mint green, and this one is non-metallic. This is kind of like a paste. And now the cool thing about these, they also come in big jars. And I just want to, one second, I'm just covering these. I don't want them to dry up. So until I do everything else, I'm going to just put these up. So hold on. Okay. So now I'm going to alter this one just with the patina effect. And here it is. Hope nothing froze or anything like that. Okay, look how beautiful this is. So you could go in any order. Again, as I said, I want to first go with the, I'm going to put some, I don't know. I can never decide what I want to do first because these ones actually work really well together. I just want to show you how you can alter this and create this metallic look to this key. So you can turn a silver key into a brass key without too much effort. It works perfectly. Okay, so that works well. And hold on, let me just make sure. Oh, that's why. Okay, thank you, Jody. I just realized she put it on. My chat wasn't refreshing. Okay, so what? So what you do is you can just alter it like this. And maybe next time I'll do an impromptu or a Facebook Live with the waxes, because you could do the same thing with the Art Alchemy waxes and do them in different colors. But I just want to show you how cool this is. So you could just turn this into you could turn this into a different color. And because it's so thick, it's like a paste, it really goes on well. And I'm touching it here, and that might not be the good. I might get finger marks, but that's okay. You should do one side and then the other if you don't want the finger marks. And actually it dries really quickly. It's almost completely dry. So that's one way of doing this. Now you could, I want to show you how to do it with the patina now. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to first add the blue one. And it looks like as if you're basically coloring it in blue. And imagine like something that is a metal that is old and it just got like tarnished and it turns like blue like this, but you still see the metallic parts underneath. I should not dip this again inside. Sorry, I'm messing up my own tub. Don't do what I'm doing right now. Put it on your mat. I just want to talk about this mat also. I'll post it also. I'll post all the things underneath after. But this is the Kent Oliver mat, and it cleans really, really well. And it's large. It basically covers my whole desk. So it's really, really nice. I really like this one. It's my favorite mat. And it's heat resist, and it's cling. It doesn't, the things don't run off from it. Okay, so there we have the thing, and I think again it's not refreshing. My chat is not refreshing. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so now I'm going to take the smaller brush that I did before, and I am going to add some of the mint green as well. Okay, and oops, see it has it's still dirty. Hold on. Let me dry this up a little bit and wash this properly because my brush is really not well washed. Okay, so what you want to do is, the whole reason why they came like this is because the paste came together. They come as a set, and although you don't have to use them as a set, they look really good as a set. They look really well when you combine them. Okay, so now I want to show you what I want to do. So that was just, I put the metal on because I really wanted to show you that you can alter just with the metal paste. However, the metal is going to go up on top after to really create that really nice patina effect. So I'm just putting a little bit of this and just trying to kind of mix it a little bit with the blue so you can mix the two together. Okay. And they mix really, really nicely. And what I do, my technique is to kind of pat it down to kind of create a really nice distressed look. You want to have it distressed because no keys that are rusted are like perfect, right? You want it to kind of look as if it's been sitting at the bottom of the ocean or inside a cupboard or in a dusty old garage for many, many years. So that is the key to how to do this. No pun intended. Okay. So I'm trying to be funny, but I don't know if I am actually I'm being funny or not. Okay, so there we go. So that's like, I just altered this, but now look at the nice thing that I'm going to do. Sorry, clean my brush. Let me dry this up. And in the meantime, I'm going to pick up some of that. I don't want to waste any of my paste. Okay. The nicest is going to be when I combine all 6 of them together. You will see how beautiful it turns out. Okay, so I don't know why my chat is not refreshing. It doesn't move down, so I have to constantly go back and move it down. Okay, so now you have this. I mean, this looks just like a big mess, a distress. But you could use the metallic part to just lightly brush it in over that texture in certain areas. You don't want it to go everywhere. And what it does, and look at that, it creates that really nice patina look that everybody likes, or that I like for that matter. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding it in certain areas to just highlight some of the texture and also some of the areas that are like kind of at the edges. So I'm kind of going with the edges, and it's a dry brush technique. So that meaning there's not a lot of paint on it, and that's why I'm using my mat for it. Okay, and there you have a really nice rusted, different look, same thing. So this is a different look. It's kind of not focusing for, oh, there it is. Now it's focused, okay? You can see my beautiful dirty hands. So this is the second idea. So here I have 2 keys, 1 and 2. One is using one set and one is using the other. Now we're going to use and combine both of them. I don't think I'm going to get to the flowers, but it's the same thing. It works on wood. It works on many different things. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already been a while. So I am just going to clean my area again, although you don't really need to do that. And I'm going to combine the 2 of them together. Okay. So as I said before, this is a mold. This was a mold that I used. And I'm going to start again how I did before. So I'm going to start, these are going to be my secondary pastes. The first ones are going to be this. So you want to kind of add the rust and then add the patina. So okay. Thank you, Susan. Susan is saying that it's a different effect between the 2 keys. Yeah, it's a very different effect, but because it's 2 different pastes, but now you're going to see me combining them both together. So that's what's going to be next. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm only going to do the top. I'm not doing the back of this, okay? And this, I really want to get into the grooves. The reason why you want to get into the grooves is because you want the dark brown to be inside, to kind of have the shadows. It doesn't really matter about the other part because that's going to have a different color altogether. So it really creates a beautiful, beautiful texture. Okay, so let me just cover this. And the reason why I picked this specific mold is because it has a really nice texture, and it's how do you call this? It's very intricate, and you can really see because it kind of looks like an old mold that you have, like, you know, like on a house or something like that, crown molding or something like that. So it's really nice that way. Okay, so there you go. I did brown, the brown rust paste, and then no, you don't need to seal them. So Deborah's asking if you need to seal them. No, they don't have to be sealed. They're actually pastes, and they're you could seal them if you want to, but they don't transfer. Once they're dry, they're dry. You don't have to basically do anything about that. They just do it on their own. So let me dry this a little bit. While I'm drying, see if I can get some of the links. Hold on, because I have to okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can get some of the links here for that while I'm drying these. I have them like marked somewhere else, so I really want to show you. I just have to basically log into my thing. Okay, there we go. This is not the right one. Hold on a second. I think I'm gonna have to go to a different. Okay, so this is basically dry, and I'm going to go with the next one, which is, oh, here they are. I have them here. Here we go. Sorry, I want to give them to you. So this is, where am I? Sorry about this. I'm just trying to, okay, there we go. I have it both like from like Amazon and from, this is taking a long time, but okay. This is the rust paste from Amazon and from scrapbook.com. And I'll put the other one in first. I don't want to delay things, so I'm going to put the other one in a second. Okay, so this is the red one, and again, I'm going to do the same thing I did before and just add it in certain areas. You don't need to add it everywhere because you're just adding, you're making it look as if it's old. And you see here how it's highlighting things? It's really great that way. Hold on. So it really works well and creating that really nice rusted effect. So you see, just by doing this, it works so nicely. And now what I'm going to do is, instead of adding the yellow now, before I add the yellow, I want to add a little bit of this blue. And this blue is what gives it that patina effect. And when it mixes, look at that, when it mixes with the red, it creates that really cool patina look. And you see what I meant before is that I wanted it to be dark at the bottom because I want the effect, the darkness to be, the shadow to be there. So in some areas it stays blue, and in some areas it's mixed in with the red and creating this really cool effect. So as you can see here, oh, I just realized I forgot to cover the edges. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, you're gonna see that it's just, I couldn't see them from the other side. But it's okay, you get the point of what I'm trying to do. And you can also add a little bit of this mint green, because it adds a different effect to it, okay? And the best way is to really do a dry brush technique. Sometimes I forget and it's too wet or too full. So it's best to do it that way. So I'm going to finish up here with this one. And now I want to show you the cool effect. Okay, so this is just still doesn't look like it's all together. And the reason why, oops, I made a mistake there. I want to add a little bit more. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and fix it. You see what I mean? And don't do what I'm doing. Wash your brushes in between. I'm just really bad at washing in between. Don't do that. But I'm very bad. Okay, so nothing is perfect. When you're doing mixed media, things are not perfect. So don't just get upset if things don't work out the way you want them to. Sometimes it will and sometimes it won't, like it did here. Look how beautiful it is here and look how messed up it is here. So that's what happens sometimes. So don't fret about that, okay? There's no mistakes because things in nature or even things in life are not perfect. So it's best not to like really stress about that and just basically like go with the flow. I always give this advice, go with the flow and don't worry about how it's going to turn out because it's always nice, you know, it's always going to be nice when you do it. So don't worry about it. Nothing is really perfect. So I'm just getting here's the other rust. Okay, now that I put both of them on, I feel better. I should have got those ready before. Now look how nice when I'm going to add now this yellow. And again, don't put too much of it, okay? And not everywhere. Look how pretty that is. The gold turns really, really nice. I wish this turned out better. I want to remove some of it. You'll see at the end, everything will come back together and become one. And you want to put it in certain areas. You see how it's mixing beautifully with the blue. It just really helps. It's really, really nice. Okay, so there is that. And now what I'm going to do, okay, once once it looks like this, you can go back, and if you, let's say you want a little bit more of the red, you could go back and put some of the red and mix it with the yellow. It looks really, really good. So there's no rule. You want to put something first, you put it first. You want to put it after, you put it after. There's really no rule about it. You play around and experiment with things. Get yourself a few like chipboard pieces or something that you want to experiment with, and just do that. And then you'll get like really nice results. Finally, I'm going to add the metal one, but I want to first dry it. That brass looking metal paste, it's really nice and looks really, really good. So hold on, I'm going to dry this a little bit better, just so to really show you how it's going to turn out. Now, again, you really want to do a dry technique with this one. Go back to your metal, and you could do this with the Art Alchemy wax, but if you don't have those, you could do this. And hold on, it's too wet. Make sure your brush is dry, not wet like mine. Okay? And now you're going to do a really light and fast technique. And I said this is for the beginners because I truly believe that anybody can do this. There's no really, like, it's not hard. I just really want to show people that things like this are not hard. That you just have to just go ahead and try. Okay, so look at this. Oh, okay. So really cool, like it's hard to see the metallic part of it, but I'm trying to get a good angle. But you really see that metallic look, and you could go back. You see this area, that's my favorite area. You can really see all the intricate details. I think in this area, a lot of the wax went in, the paste went inside, and that's why it filled up, and you can't see the intricate details like you can see it here. So that's why, So Susan is asking if you can have to dry between each color. You don't have to dry because they mix really well together, but you don't want it to be super, super soaking because then the darker colors are going to take over. So for example, I like drying after the dark brown because when you mix something else with it, it overpowers everything else. However, if you want to mix these two together without drying, no problem at all. You can do that. The yellow is great to mix when it's wet because that's what gives it that really cool patina effect, especially if you're mixing it with the blue. So that will become a kind of greenish look that will look really, really cool. So I want to show you, actually, me always wanting to show people. I'm never done. I want to put a little bit more of the yellow. I really feel like I'm never done. I always feel like I want to add more and more and more and more because I can't play enough. So that's my problem. I end up wanting to play so much and not doing work. So there, I mean, you can go back and forth. You can add a little bit more blue. You know what I mean? Like you can go back and like add a little bit more of the blue. Oh, another cool trick that you can do, and I'll show you. If you want this to not look like a paste, so you see how I'm putting some blue here? Spray a little bit of water and make it really watery, and then you can add it. You can add it like really lightly in places, and it mixes really nice with that yellow that I put before. Okay, do you understand? So if you make any of the pastes can be watered down because they're water, they mix with water. So you can just do that and mix with any of them. It creates a really good color for it. And you see, I just continue going. I mean, it's just really, really nice. One last thing I want to show you, maybe I will take that one flower and do it. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to add, not going to add the brown this time. I'm going to go straight with the red and have the red be the back. Okay? So I want to show you, and these are just wooden pieces. You can do this with chipboard, as I said, with glass, with anything. I showed the different techniques before. I'm just going to show you how this looks. Okay, there we go. So this is like, you know, just perfect. You could just, if you wanted to just cover it with red, that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? But you don't have to. You can just turn it. Just use other colors. And you can use these on their own too, as paste through stencils. But I just really wanted to show how I turn things. Now I'm going to, as you can see, Susan, I actually dried it a little bit because I really wanted to have that red a bit dry, so when I add the other color, it doesn't mix up. Okay, and then I'm going to add some of the blue. My favorite combination is usually this one with the red and the yellow. I find that it gives the best patina effect, and I do add a little bit of brown sometime as well. Oops. So I'm mixing up everything. So again, you can combine these in any way you want, and they look really, really, really good together. And the reason why I'm drying now, it's because it's really wet. They're really, really wet, and you don't want to have it so wet. Because when it's too wet, everything messes up. It becomes like a big like mud pie. So you want to kind of have it dry enough that you can do that. And you see there is another flower you can just alter just by having it like this. And you could go, let's say I really wanted it to be like yellow in the middle. You could do that. I mean, you could just alter it in any way you want. And it really works beautifully. So you see, this is really, really good. So just to recap everything, I am going to categorize these so I can show you what I did again from the beginning. So this key was made only with these 3 colors. And this key was made with only these 3. And this key was this color before, like it was not the color that you see here. And then I made this, it's a mold, and it's just basically all of them combined. And this little flower is basically some of them combined. So this is what I'm trying to show, that you can use some or all or others, or basically there's no rule. I love no rules. I love free creations and free creativity. So please create and experiment. I always give this: experiment, experiment, experiment. And don't feel like you're making any mistakes. I talked about this a lot in my YouTube channel about how people think that they're going to make mistakes. Mistakes in mixed media. There is no mistakes. You can only, you can always cover things. You can always adjust things. There's never a mistake. And look at those videos because they really encourage you to just try and engage and do something that you love. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope to do another impromptu Facebook Live soon. Maybe I'll talk about waxes. We'll see. I'm not sure. Thanks, everyone. Bye.